Howdy doody, fellers.
Howdy.
Hey,
So Nick has opted out of doing podcasts until the O. So he was like, "If you want to film something with somebody else, go ahead." So I was like, "All right, well, we'll do
Did he
this."
say it
And
like that with such sass?
it was a text. He was like, "Hey,
Oh.
bro, I got to be honest." His one liner.
I know how he is. That's all good. Nick always checks out and handles business. Those last 4 weeks are fucking personal for Nick.
So I had to rally the troops. So I called Justin, I called Jose, and I called IFBB Pro Bobby Guns, my business partner, to this gym right here.
dessert.
And one of my closest friends. So I said, you know what? You're one of my closest buddies. Let's get you on the podcast and have some fun. So I don't know how many episodes we'll do. If you guys like it, let us know down below and we'll just keep it on, you heard? But we were having some behind the scenes BTS talk. And we were talking about the show. So Jose, you were very adamant about doing this, talking about this show that just happened. So let's just hop diggity to it. And you guys were giving a lot of hype to AJ Kelly Roberts here. So where do you want me to go, Jose?
So Jose is like, we got to talk about this, and you pull it up, and he doesn't say shit.
No, I'm telling you right now. I think Andrea Presti won and won handily. I don't understand. I haven't seen a report from Tyler yet explaining what happened, but Bruno had clear top threes, thirds, had straight third places after prejudging, and ended up winning. And I didn't see that. I thought Andrea was winning clearly in prejudging and finals. So
Well, this is him a day out.
Jose, do you judge pro shows?
no, maybe that's why, because I clearly had
I don't
that kid
understand
winning.
how the
Yeah,
sport
watch that
changed.
video of
Let's
Presti.
watch this. Let's watch Presti here.
There's
He's
Jose's message.
absolutely peeled.
Yeah,
he
he
looked
was
great.
peeled.
And he's full and he's wide and he's big. Sure, his legs could be bigger, but I don't get it. Maybe
It's a nice shot.
Was he
Yeah.
winning after prejudging, Jose?
so. No. I think he was either. I don't know, to be honest. He was either winning or second.
His glutes are nuts.
He was nuts, dude. And he was second to
Wow.
Hunter last week, and Bruno was.
He
third.
wasn't this. He
Third,
wasn't
yeah.
this. He wasn't this good last week against Hunter.
Yeah,
I
he's
think he
bad.
was. I think he was close to this good, but maybe not. It's hard to say. That Italy show,
That
the
lighting
fucking
sucked.
lighting was so bad, so it's really hard
Yeah.
to say how good he was. But here, I mean, goddamn, he's bang on.
And
He's lights
this
out.
is the guy that won, right? Right here.
Mhm.
Yeah, Bruno. And props to him because he improved a lot in a week as well. But I just didn't have it the same. I
Yeah.
don't know.
You could in that shot. He doesn't look as big as Andrea. That's for sure.
In the side leg, it's not as big. From behind, he's not as hard.
He looks better once he's in the pose, but
Yeah, he's a big guy.
He's
He's good-
pretty
he's
hard.
good from the
pretty
back.
hard. He's pretty fucking hard. Who's
Yeah, his back shots are good. That's a good back double.
yeah. He doesn't have a lot of detail, but he's got that lumpy, round, thick. Like that's crazy, Jose.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean,
Just from what I saw, in the
it had to
lineup.
be. It had to be very close. What? I mean, how close was it?
I mean, the
Apparently-
guy jumped from third to first, so I don't really know if somebody came back to finals off or if he really made that much improvements. But when I was watching it, I didn't see, just from what I'm seeing, I didn't see much of a disparity in the look.
Who did you have winning, Justin?
I had Presti winning when I was watching everything. I thought Presti was kind of running away with it.
Yeah, and I did too. And I showed it to a few of my buddies that don't, know that much, and they immediately picked Presti.
yeah, your eye kind of gets drawn to him.
Yeah, he's got a great look.
I mean, the only thing that Presti has going on is just he's a little thin through the quads from the front. I mean,
I agree.
overall
I
legs
think
all
if
around.
you-
But
I agree.
If you look here, I think that's why. Look at the
It
shot
has
of
to be.
Presti's legs, and look at the legs on what's the other guy's name?
Bruno.
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 Yeah,
Yeah,
His
and that's
quads
Bo,
are much
right?
wider.
That
Yeah.
other guy's name is Bo.
yeah,
Bo.
No, Lewis Breed.
Lewis Breed.
Lewis Breed. Yeah,
Lewis Breed.
He
Yeah.
did Texas with me. I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
he
I
looked
don't know why
good
I said
too.
Bo.
He was hard.
He's always peeled. He's just structurally, he's got like, you know, that the shorter torso, wider waist, but he's
look at that. Look at that
hard.
side chest from Andre.
Presti.
Like, fuck,
He's just
man.
got such insane.
I think Presti beat him in some shots, but I think in totality, I think Bruno ran away with it with more shots. Because like this shot, if you look, like Andre is more peeled, but that other guy's way more thicker and more bubblier. Andre is more detailed. Yeah. I think that's probably why. But you know, Patrick Moore got 6th, I think, right? And he hasn't been on stage in a while. I mean, I thought he looked great.
He looked good.
I'd rather see him hit a vacuum right there.
Yeah,
me too.
There you go.
Look at that. Right there it is. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole crunching down on your ab shot, I'm not a fan of.
It works for some people, but some people it doesn't.
Oh, you were one of the first bodybuilders. I mean, how many guys were really hitting a vacuum in bodybuilding? I mean, you hit it constantly when we were on stage.
I had to, because I was a blocky mess if I didn't.
I wish.
Yeah, but
I wish it didn't look better when I hit a vacuum, because I'm fucking suffocating on stage.
Really?
You know, like my front lat and my front double both look better with a vacuum. So like those first 2 shots, I'm just, you know, I get gassed.
You're just holding your breath the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you get tired, it's harder to hit it.
It's so hard. Yeah. I mean, you know, we do what we can. We practice and run rounds and get prepared as much as possible. But yeah, it's tough. I wish I looked better without the vacuum, because I would not do it. So when you see guys doing the vacuum and it doesn't look great on them, like, why the fuck are you guys like putting yourself through that for no reason?
I mean, Jose, how much does posing you think matter in the grand scheme of things?
It's everything. I mean, it's pro bodybuilding. Everybody's good, you know. And if some guy that you should beat technically, and he just happens to be conditioned not only appearance-wise but conditioned for posing, he can easily beat you, even though he shouldn't. And it happens every show.
Yeah, it does.
If you can't show the work either, then what are you going to do?
Tyler even said it with Hunter and Andrew Jack last year at Texas. He's like, Hunter lost because he winded and gassed out before Andrew. They didn't know what they're going to do. Yeah, they said like the first 2 posing rounds, he says we probably had Hunter ahead, and then Hunter faded. And that was it. That's how they decided.
And that's funny because Psycho had Andrew posing in a garage with heat lamps around him.
Dude, he hasn't posing in a sauna.
Yeah, posing for like an hour straight with heaters on him.
Well, it shows. He looks like a complete fucking statue on stage. He never looks phased. No. So it's really impressive.
He reminds me a lot, Jose, of how Roden posed. Like very just
effortless.
Yeah, like zero. Like it takes 0 effort to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And well, that physique looks effortless. You know?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
He doesn't have to manipulate anything, you know, like pull a crazy vacuum. Bobby
was backstage with him, and he was like, dude, people don't realize how crazy he looks until you're like right next to him, and you're just like, see how absolutely enormously big and round and peeled Andrew Jack really is in person. It's like, crazy.
There's levels, and then there's other levels and levels on top of those levels, and he was just like, holy
Bobby's
shit.
like the biggest guy in the room pretty much everywhere he goes. And then Andrew's 5-6 inches taller.
What the fuck are you
50 pounds bigger.
I was going to show you this picture of me next to Andrew on the Olympia stage. Like, look how tiny I look next to this guy.
Yeah, he's fucking huge.
I look so insignificant.
His waist is by your nipples.
I know.
It's insane.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. I mean, that it is tough. It's one of those things. If you've never seen the guy in person, you have no idea. It's absurd.
It's crazy. But speaking of nipples, how about those freak offs going down on fucking the news today?
Diddly?
With fucking old Diddy Whiddly.
We're talking about
Diddly Whiddly, the diddler.
The diddler?
What the fuck?
Yeah. All I know is 1,000 bottles of lube they found.
I would expect to find that in your dirty house, Jose.
I only have 100.
No.
There's videos. There's videos
of all
the lube?
Of them coming in and seizing his fucking lube.
Now, my question is this. What is having all... Okay, he clearly had fucking sex parties, but it's not illegal to have a sex party. So Why is the lube such a big deal? Just because it's so much?
Well, it's obviously ridiculous to have
Well, that
$1,000.
it is, but it's not illegal to have $1,000.
That's not why he got in trouble, though. He got in trouble because he got caught with underage people, guys and girls.
Did he really, or was he just putting drugs and stuff?
They denied him $50 million in bail. He wasn't arrested for lube. Okay.
I know, but they're highlighting that like it's the biggest deal.
Well, it's fucking funny. It's sad.
It's odd. It's weird.
It's extreme.
I think I've had one bottle of lube in my entirety of 42 years.
He hasn't even finished it.
I don't need that fucking KY gel. I just give a deal hot to her.
Oh,
yeah, you would. With your dip in your lip, the whole nine. Sick fuck.
You're gonna get a copyright lawyer calling you real soon.
Oh yeah, okay.
He did get that trademark.
What is it called when you spell out a sound? It's like onomatopoeia or something like that. What is it?
I think she trademarked.
How do you spell that?
What, Haktua?
Yeah.
HAWKTUAH.
I'm sure she did trademark it. That chick is taking it and running with it, man.
She took it and ran with it for a solid week, and then that died.
Oh, well, she's got a podcast too now.
Yeah, she's got a podcast. She's killing it. She's kicking ass.
Really? Have you what? You listen?
Yeah, it's really good. It's actually on my top 3 Spotify.
Do you actually listen to podcasts? Like, seriously?
I'll listen to some podcasts. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never listened to a podcast. I don't listen to podcasts. I probably should, because I'd probably be a better host, but I don't find myself caring to listen to other people talk. It's like talk radio to me.
Nah, I listen like some.
You know what? Actually, I'll take that back. You know what I got into for a little bit? Y'all ever see Hot Ones?
Yep.
That's funny.
Hot Ones is good.
Hot Ones is a good one, but there's an entertainment value behind it, so I don't mind watching that on YouTube.
And he's a fucking amazing host. That guy is incredible. He's really good. He puts on a good show.
Very, very good questions.
Yeah,
like he actually cares about the guys that come on his show. Like, unlike me, I don't give a fuck about you three, so I don't do any research about.
You see the text message thread leading up to this show.
I had to beg you guys. Can you guys please come on this fucking show, please? All right, guys, what is going on? I want you to know that this podcast is brought to you by Merrick Health. Now, I just started work with Merrick about 3 months ago, and you guys know I retired about 3 years ago, and I really wanted to optimize my health. Now, that's unfortunately something that I should have done during my bodybuilding career, but I started work with them a little late, and now being that I am running, boxing, doing more physical activity rather than just working out every day, optimizing my health is one of the things that is on the forefront of my day-to-day, making sure that my 2 feet stay on this earth as long as possible. So go check out Merrick Health. Click the link in the description right here. Get your blood work done. Get on the phone with one of their health coaches and check out their health optimization programs that they have. Again, Merrick Health, check them out. Optimize your health right now and be the best and healthiest version of yourself. So Justin, we're gonna go round robin here. What's new in the life of Justin? What's been going on? What's in the horizons?
Shit, man. I don't know. I just got that new location for my gym, so that's exciting. I mean, you guys know.
By the way, which I saw on the phone, Justin FaceTime, he was in this facility.
Yeah.
And his gym space where he's located, the view looking outside his gym is breathtaking. I don't even know what other word to use. He has like a perfect location.
Yeah, super cool. It's got like a just double height, all glass windows facing because we're in like this cozy, quaint little fucking small town in Southern Oregon, just surrounded mountains. So it's super cool. And what's cool about that is the sun never hits that part of the building. So the sun never beams in on those windows. So that's a big plus. But yeah, you guys just did it. So we're kind of in the
That's a big plus in the summer, not when the winter comes and the snow's there and doesn't fucking melt the fucking snow off your building.
Okay, buddy. Fair enough. But still, I'll be okay.
No, it's a bigger plus. It's a bigger plus. How many square feet is it, Justin?
It's 15,000 square feet.
Is it 15?
So it's same
badass square feet?
No, it's not badass. It's not badass. He doesn't get the joke.
No, I don't. Enlighten me.
When we had our gym, I did a video and I must have said 15,000 square foot badass facility like 15 fucking times for our gym.
You guys do have a badass facility. I want to come check it out. But yeah, we're just in like the super early stages doing some demo work because we're like, you saw a guy, I was like opening up that mezzanine. I'll have like a cool mezzanine space that looks over the main gym floor. And yeah, it's gonna be cool.
That's awesome, dude. Congrats, man. It's fucking
thank you, man. Thank you.
Do you have all the equipment already? Or
so I'm still working on piecing together orders. Right now I actually have 7.
So just so you guys know, shout out. I don't know if Justin's afraid to say it. I'm not, but Dorian obviously has a distro company where he distributes gym equipment. So anybody that has a gym that's looking for equipment, hit up Dorian, because Dorian works with a lot of different brands and connects a lot of dots for people with gym equipment. We've used them before. I know Justin, you're using them for your gym as well. He's doing Mr. Beast gym. He's doing a lot of cool things. So
pure muscle athletics. He's the one they just did like the Raw Athletic Club. They did Chris Bumstead's personal gym. So
and what's cool about Dorian is he's very well versed and he's very well knowledgeable in equipment. He'll be like, how much you want to spend, what's your price point, what colors do you want, like what's your shipping, what's your ETA, how long do you want to wait? Like he knows where to go and where to look to get.
He's also like one of those guys. Even me, I was kind of like, fuck, what I didn't even know what calf raise machines to get. And it's like you can go, hey, what are good calf machines? And he'll be like, this company has a 6-seated calf raise. This is a great standing calf raise. Like, and you can trust him to steer you in the right direction just because he's a big equipment nerd. So yeah, they're good guys.
So what are you outfitting it with? Sorry, Jose, go ahead.
No, is this a new location or are you moving your other location?
So I closed down my other location because my landlord was a fucking cocksucker. So I just wasn't able to work out a lease with him. So he kind of forced us to close down, unfortunately. But so now we're starting a new location, but we're rebranding. We're going to do everything. It's going to be like a fresh start. So
is it close enough that you'll be able to bring over some of your other
0.6 of a mile? Yeah. It's like a little over half a mile away. Yeah. That's super close. Yeah, it's perfect.
That's a hidden gem, hidden dream.
And it's so much fucking better. The old location was just kind of like, it was cool, but it was like a dungeon style gym. The fucking curb appeal sucked. You walked in, it was a little dingy, but the gym was badass. We had great equipment, good energy, like a good vibe. And but this place is like super premium, really nice space. So I'm excited to kind of level up in that department.
What are some of the things as a gym owner that were your biggest pet peeves? Because you got 3 gym owners on here right now, me, Bobby, and you. And I'm newer to the
Jose lives in a gym, so
yeah, Jose pretty much has a cot in every gym in fucking Boston. So
well,
what are your biggest pet? Because the only reason why I ask is because Bobby yesterday, out of the blue, took a picture of one of the sides of the weight trees, and it was like 25, 10, 45, 45, 25, 25. And he took a picture and put it on his story, and he was like, if you're going to re-rack weights like this, go to Planet Fitness. And I was like, damn, Bobby.
That never stops.
He's right.
I agree, but I was like, I didn't expect that from fucking Bob, because Bob's usually like,
you don't think you know me?
Yeah. He's non-confrontational Robert. He don't fucking yeah.
It just seems like that gym is just particularly bad at putting their weights away. I mean, on the hack squat, you'll have 45, 45, 25, 45, 5, 10, 2.5.
That's the girl versus it's because girls go
on there. Why is there 2.5 on a hack squat? I don't understand.
I used to my old gym, for whatever reason, it was almost like 3-4 times a week. There would be like 5 2.5-pound plates on my Smith machine. So somebody would bring over, because we have it over like by the Olympic lifting area, so like little 2.5-pound plates, and they would drag them over to the Smith machine.
Who used those? The fucking powerlifters to even out like a 500.
Yeah, but not on the Smith
machine. That's
machine.
who do.
And then they would always be buried behind plates. So you'd just see like 4 2.5s just buried behind 2 plates, or like 6.
Yeah, it's like, and then you try to find a plate, and it's like the metal card catalog. You're like this on the weight stack. Is it back there?
It's fucked up.
Well, I'm putting them away all day because I can't stand it. So I'm putting them where they're supposed to be. Like half of my personal training sessions, I'm putting weights.
That's one thing I don't miss about the private space, because that type of shit, you guys know, while you're training, you end up like cleaning the gym while you're training. Like you just see a machine that's loaded, fucked up, and I'm just stripping off plates and fixing it, like, or like a seat's loose. So I'm going and grabbing my tools halfway through my chest workout, and I'm laying on the ground like tightening a fucking bench or something.
Bobby's biggest pet peeve is when I show up to the gym twice a week.
Oh, I could see you being a pain.
I come in and I'm like, why is there dust on the equipment? I'm like, why is there dust on the equipment? Why aren't the meals moved? Why isn't this done? Why is that like that? Why is this there? How come that's up like that?
Jose, he'll walk in and I'll be on the floor with a client, and I'll have whoever's working the front desk. Why didn't you warn me guy was coming today? You never told me. What the fuck?
Yeah, you probably didn't know.
I was there last week. I was taking pictures of the equipment and going like this. Like taking, if this is the equipment, I was going like this and taking a picture of the dust and my finger and going, this is unacceptable.
It is unacceptable, though.
It is. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Do you have a cleaning crew in there at all times?
We have a cleaning crew. We have people that come wash the floors. We'll clean the bathroom. We have our staff that wipes down the equipment. But in a gym, when you're fully staffed, there's no excuse to have dust and dog shit and whatever else on the equipment. It's just unacceptable to me.
Well, I used to tell my guys, like, I would grab a rag and I'd be like, watch, I'm going to clean this piece of equipment.
Takes 30 seconds.
I was going to say in 14 seconds. Watch this. I just whip it up. You're like, that's all I'm asking.
And be like, that's with 7 fingers. That's not even with the full 10 fingers.
This, I was holding on to like with the rag like this.
But
imagine if I had full dexterity.
But if you don't do that constantly to your staff, it's like they forget. Like you never had that conversation before.
I know. And I was in this old dusty piece of shit building, so it did accumulate a lot of dust. But yeah, I don't know. You guys have like your staff that cleans your equipment, then a cleaning company that comes in and cleans like amenity bathroom and stuff like that. Yeah,
bathrooms and stuff.
Yeah, because that's how we.
Do you guys have a staff like that? You give, say, college kids a free membership, and they come in twice a week for 2 hours to clean. You give them a free membership.
I had a few situations like that. I had like some kooky old lady that used to come and clean my windows all the time, and I gave her a free membership, and she was good. I did a few things like that. Yeah,
because I did that. My first like 3 memberships as a kid at like 16, 17, 18 were like work study. It called it. I had to go in twice a week for a couple hours, rack weights, clean stuff, do shit around the gym. And, the manager would give me small jobs to do. And
I think that's a great idea.
Free membership. Hell
great
yeah.
idea.
And you'll find kids that love to be in the gym, and what better place to work. And they learn about the gym and constantly racking the weights, cleaning up.
Young Jose Raymond's cruising around with a work ethic. I mean, you're right. We have somebody in Stroudsburg that does it, and the kid does a good job, but they don't just like fall out of the sky. Like somebody,
they're fucking one-offs nowadays, bro.
It's brutal. I mean, Justin, you've had staff like.
It's hard to pay someone $20 an hour to do it, let alone
$20 an hour. If I told you what a minimum wage was in PA, you'd fucking shit your pants.
What is it?
Hit him with it, Bob.
You remember? I don't remember.
It was like,
what was it?
746 or something, or
no
8,
way.
Or 8. It was high 7 or low 8s. Yeah.
Yeah, we're here in Oregon. It's like $14.50 or something.
Okay.
I'll check.
Jersey's higher. Jersey's $15, right?
Yeah.
$7. That's like 30 years ago. $7.
No. The minimum wage in PA is $7.25.
Oh goddamn! So you're hooking them up by paying them $9.50 an hour.
We're hooking them up.
Hit him a 10 spot, and I'm like, "Come at me now, son! It's 30% on top of the fucking hour."
Damn, dude.
But dude, crazy. You know what it is? It's hard to find people nowadays that will work for like an hourly rate. Like back when I was growing up, I used to go to people's houses and shovel snow or do yard work or do this and like worked a labor intensive job. The internet, OnlyFans, Instagram, and TikTok, the revenues to get money, a lot of tasks like that, or if you want to call it like a skill, people like those skill sets are dying because not a lot of people fucking do that anymore, man. It's hard to find like a good plumber, a good carpenter, because there's not a lot of people left with those talents and those tasks and those skills and crafts.
Yeah, nobody wants to do the trades. And if you've ever worked in the trades, you know that you're gonna get fucking yelled at by your boss and fucking treated like the grommet you are. And then people like this day and age, you just people don't put up with it.
Yeah,
like I remember getting fucking yelled at the job site by my dad, and it was just, hey, dude, you're the job site, you're getting fucking yelled at, dude. It's just kind of how it is.
It's just kind of how we talk. Yeah.
You guys don't have friends in the trades? Any carpenters, any plumbers?
No, I do, but like outside. outside the guy that I know for a plumber, I don't know another plumber. I know one plumber outside of him, nobody. Carpenter, I think I know one. Electrician, I know one. And like outside of them, I'd be like, I don't know. I would have to ask them who to go to after them.
Yeah.
You know, but like, it's good. Like, I don't know how to do everything, but I can do a little bit of a lot of things. Like Bob, like you were very hands-on with the gym. Like we did a lot of stuff. You did a lot of stuff solo. I was there for a lot of hands-on stuff. And even if you don't know how to do it, if you're handy, you can usually figure it out somehow. Whether it's you watch a quick video and, okay, this goes like this, I can figure that out. Because there was a lot, like I didn't realize how much goes in to it, even though the gym was already built out, Jose, we still did so much work internally, even though it was already a gym, already had plumbing. And I couldn't believe how much work we did inside the gym when it was already built to be a gym.
Yeah. Well, you didn't want yours to be retro fitness anymore.
Right.
No.
So there was a lot of work to do.
Yeah. I mean, we did some things that maybe made our lives a little harder than they had to be, like hang a 600-pound metal sign from the ceiling.
But it's awesome.
It is awesome. I love it.
I do too.
I'm very proud.
It's great. It was worth it.
You and Bobby are fucking Zin twins.
And all the you guys use a lot of diamond plate around the gym too, right?
Yes.
A little bit. That was like left over from retro though.
Yeah, but it's still
really?
it's a lot of the sides, a lot of the base, but it's also on our dumbbell rack that Sean from Half Dumbbells did. It's back. Remember where he did the cutout of uprising? It's back with the diamond plate. So I want to dig a little bit into the Olympia because there's a lot of hype, and I had a lot of conversations this week talking about the top 5 and who people thought were going to be there. And obviously the talk is always Nick, Derek, Hottie, Samson, and Andrew. Do you guys agree with that is probably going to be the top 5?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you think anybody else is going to slide into that top 5? Is there anybody else in that? Let me ask you a question. Out of that top 5, who is most likely if they were going to go down a slot? Who would it be and why?
Who's most likely to be off out of that group is really the question.
Well, you can answer it however you want.
So I think the only person I could see squeezing into that would be Brandon. I mean,
but who would he put? Okay, but the question is, who's he pushing out?
I don't know. You want to say Andrew because he's less proven on that level at that stage. But like what Andrew looked like this year, it's hard to even fucking imagine him not being on that in that top 5.
Samson was 3rd last year, correct?
Yes.
So you would, with people improving, it would make sense. And the controversy with him and the coaching and all that, and who knows what he's going to look like. He would have to be the most likely to slip if anyone was to slip.
Who's coaching him?
His wife.
His wife. Yeah, when you look at the track record between like Hani and his guys and then Matt and Nick, you're pretty fucking confident that these 3 guys are going to nail it.
That's true.
So like I don't really think that you're going to deal with Matt or Hani messing things up on that day, especially with how consistent they've been with those 3 guys.
I would say this, if you're going to go with the guy, right, I would say as far as how he's looked in the past, Andrew, because he's never really nailed it. But if you take Andrew's improvements from last year to this year and put him next to Samson, if Samson hasn't improved and looks similar to how he did last year, and Andrew comes back looking the way he did with maybe just a little harder from the bottom down at Texas, can easily Andrew, in my opinion, is the guy that can go from 5th to 1st.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, and it's another like Chris is peaking him again, so he's only going to get better at peaking him each time he does it.
I think the likelihood that Samson didn't improve is pretty low. That guy has been improving like fucking crazy every year. So I think that muscularity wise, I think we're going to see a much better Samson because he had a good off season. I think Samson just is a guy that continues to improve, but the caveat is, this new coaching scenario, but it's also not his first time with them. I think that one of the best Samson we ever saw was them in the UK, and that was Marlena. She coached him. She peaked him for that. So
yeah, but wasn't there a lot of I don't know, I'm guessing, wasn't there a lot of back talk that like Milos was sending him a diet then? Or no, or that's
no, I think there was another
I didn't
show.
get wrapped up in all that shit.
Yeah, I think it was like they did like another show. I forget exactly which one it was, where Milos, I think, thought he was peaking him, but they were apparently not following his protocol or something. I don't know. All I know is that I think with Samson and Marlena, they've got enough of the X's and O's in order from years of, getting on stage together with Milos. I know they all kind of did it as a team. So it's not like they're just completely winging this thing.
True.
No, I agree. I mean, when you have a wife or a significant other that's around you enough, even if they don't know bodybuilding or what to eat or what to take, I think their eye by default is very good because they're around you more than anybody. And they know what, even if they don't know what bodybuilding is, they know what good looks like and what not good looks like if they're around you that much.
Yeah.
So I think that eye sometimes is like, I remember being in the room with Chris, and if like one of my best friends was in the room or my training partner, he'd go, "Well, I think you look great. What do you think?" He'd ask, "What do you think? Like, how do you think he looks?"
Right.
And I think that's important, Bob, for you, I hated that Texas was your pro debut because of the circumstances that surrounded it. But you still were probably I was impressed by your tenacity because you knew you were off, you knew you weren't 100%, but you were like, I just want to get that burden of getting on stage over with, just so I could say I did it and just move on and not have those gut wrenching feelings. What is the true difference now that you were an amateur 2 years ago to stepping on a stage as a pro? For people that want to get to that level, what is the biggest difference that you can take away from an amateur level versus a pro level?
I mean, there's a lot of differences, even though it's essentially the same thing.
The biggest, like the most, like if you could pick out 1, 2, or 3, like really important things
and every amateur could probably say, like, there's a little bit of an adrenaline rush with competing and getting on stage and going through the peaking process and being backstage and pumping up and seeing your competition. And you take that, you times it by 10 million, and the adrenaline dump is just insane. The fear, the jitters, it just gets more and more. It was so much more intense, and Jose's gone.
That tropical punch I see there.
Oh,
what just happened?
I was just showing off my
guy.
I was like, I'm listening to Bobby, and I'm like, is Jose doing something shady? Did his phone move by itself? Or
had enough of this?
You're on a lazy Susan that keeps moving.
So, what were you saying, Bob?
I don't remember.
You were saying times the adrenaline rush by 10 million.
Yeah, it's just intense. I mean, I liked it. I enjoyed it, even though.
What was backstage different? Was the build up different? Was the what on stage different? How were the people backstage? Was it more camaraderie? Like what's different?
I don't know if the camaraderie's. Everybody at the pro level, right? They're like, there's money involved. Their careers are on the line, right? Whether they're winning prize money or they're doing it for sponsorships or whatever. There's definitely less conversation, at least from what I saw.
Well, night show is always a little more laid back.
Oh,
yeah,
it's always,
yeah.
But now as a pro though, like they're judging heavily the night show, whereas pre-judging as an amateur, you're kind of like, all right, I got to do my routine, get my work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it is a little bit dampened a little bit at the night show, but it's still. I mean, I think it's fucking fun.
That adrenaline rush, is that an addictive feeling? Like, are you excited?
I don't have an addictive personality at all.
Yeah, fucking does a one-legged duck swim in a circle?
I found it much different. As an amateur, I had people mad dogging me at nationals and like giving me the eye and like, the fuck are you doing here? And as soon as I got in a pro stage, backstage, everyone was cool. Everyone was like more relaxed and more helpful, more, just chill.
I feel like you and Guy's era of the 212 division seemed like it was a lot of fun.
It was a blast.
You guys seemed like you had a fucking blast. There he is.
Oh, right there.
It was actually visible to see that though. Like you could see it as a fan that you guys like enjoyed each other.
We backstage like backstage, it was like there's me and Flex backstage. Like backstage, it was like me, Flex, Jose, and sometimes Sean and David. Sometimes we were always together backstage at the O or the Arnold's, all of us.
Yeah.
If there's a golden era of 212, like that was it.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
But Jose can tell you too, like we would all talk and laugh and joke and fucking hang out, be sitting there bullshitting. But as soon as they said, all right, 212, start warming up, it was like, we're not friends. Like we didn't talk to each other. Like we just went our separate ways and we were like, all right, fuck you. I'll be back. We'll reconvene this conversation in 15 minutes.
Exactly. That's awesome though. That's the best.
Well, we would talk on stage.
I used to talk so much shit on stage, especially when I said
you and I talking right there behind you.
Yep.
Guy hardly ever talks. I don't get it.
Why did I place fourth?
Yeah, that's it. We were both like, are we fucking just a joke?
What just happened?
But hitting the back double bicep was the best, or like turning to the side. It'd be like, come on, Jose, fucking make sure your glutes are peeled, bro, because I'm gonna fucking smoke you on the shot. And just fucking
hide shit. That schmeckle. Yeah. It was fun. But I did find as an amateur back then, especially because it was just crazy. You know, we only had one pro card. There wasn't top two.
Yeah.
It was just one, and people were intense and almost angry. You know, and I had competed for so long that when I'd show up to a show, people would literally be like, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
Well, I think
Jose, you took so many pro cards from so many people.
So that's people weren't mad that Jose was competing as an amateur. They were mad that he was still competing because he turned pro so many times. So in their mind, they're like, why is he here? He already turned pro. But in Jose's mind, he's like, I'm going to go to the pro level in an open division, never place better than like 10th because I'm small. So I'd rather keep going back to an amateur division where new guys keep coming in and testing how good I am and seeing if I can keep beating everybody, then maybe. And then he waited for the right time in 07. He got lucky and beat me and took his pro card.
Got lucky.
Exactly. Exactly.
I think more people should do that. You see these like middleweights taking pro cards. You're like, well, you can say goodbye to being competitive ever unless you put on 50 pounds of muscle. It could be fucking 6-7 years of competing.
Well, unless you're a 212 guy, if you're middleweight.
Yeah, but a lot of these guys are 5'8" and 150 on stage.
Right.
And
but even a lightweight, a welterweight, and a middleweight, you're still going to get smoked in the 212s if you're not at least 185, 190, 200 pounds. Yeah. So why not, if you're a welter, come back as a light heavy or a middle?
I never understand. So many guys are just like, I want to get my pro card this year. I'm like, dude, it's your second year competing and you're not a great bodybuilder.
Tell everybody, man, you have to really enjoy the process. And I've said it before, and I know it sounds cliche, and I've said it, and I hate giving Jose the fucking credit because I do it all the fucking time. But you really do, truly have to learn to be a great loser, to be a good champion. Like in 07, if I would have beat Jose and turned pro, okay, and Jose smoked me. He was bigger, rounder, fucking more muscle maturity, fucking smaller in the fucking grape smuggler package. But other than that, he had me beat on everything. But I wasn't ready to be a pro. Wasn't there yet. My mentality wasn't there. And when I lost to Jose, as fucking pissed off as I was, taking second to Jose was probably one of the best shows of my life because that was the biggest learning curve that I learned when I took second to him. Because I wasn't ready to be a pro that year. I wouldn't have done well. I needed that year to fucking really mature as a human and a bodybuilder and learn what being a pro actually was. And in 08, I was ready.
I mean, I turned pro fast, so I didn't spend much time in the amateur ranks. I competed.
How long did it take you?
3 shows or like 3 years. I did 19, 20, and 21. I turned pro.
But you turned pro old as fuck.
Yeah, old as fuck for sure.
36?
35. Yeah, I think I turned pro as 35. Yeah.
35. Jose, you turned pro at 36?
No, I was
34.
32. Then I had to take a year off.
Because you broke your leg walking up a stair.
Yeah. And then I did my pro debut at 34.
I'll tell you something. So Jose did a show.
So how old, when did you retire? You competed as a pro for 34 to when?
44.
To 44. Yeah, there you go. Good decade run.
Yeah.
And you know what,
guy was just telling me, he's like, I know you just got into this, but you're also just getting out of this. That's what he told me just on the phone 2 days ago. It's like, thanks, guy. I mean, I know you're right, but
30?
Me?
30, 32?
I'm 37.
Oh, you old fuck.
I know, I'm an old fuck. So, but that's kind of what I was telling guys. Like, I think I could go 43, 44, you know, like I don't have like, listen, if a decade goes by and I'm still competitive and still my body's still holding in and I want to compete, I'll compete. Yeah. I think it's more about training age than it is my actual age.
I agree. But when I said that to you, we were talking about business, and I said per your age, as fast as you're coming in, you're also still going out. Like,
I'm not 22.
You're not gonna be here for 10 more years.
Yeah.
You know,
I think like if he's healthy, if he's healthy and he's committed, he can continue to improve into his early 40s.
Well, that's
41,
I think
42.
I still feel like I'm 3-4 years away from my prime. I mean, like, dude, I competed for the first time 4 years ago, so it's not. I don't think I'm anywhere near.
So what? You think you're going to be competing in your 50s?
No, but I think mid 40s.
I said 43, 44 is what I said to you.
Yeah,
it's fair. It's 5-6 years. Okay. Don't come at me sideways with your fucking little crooked brim hat.
I'm trying to drag this all out.
Priorities too. If he wants to have kids, if he wants to,
I don't want kids.
Really?
Well, there you go. 45 it is.
Nah.
No, wait, hold on. I didn't know that. Really?
Yeah, no, I don't. Really
you seem like somebody that, like, you and Jasmine would make really good parents. I'm shocked to hear that.
I don't know. Neither of us really want kids. I mean, we both love our lives and we're happy. Yeah, I mean, like I can't even imagine. I don't know. I don't feel any void that I'm trying to fill. And listen, I'm not like naive to the fact that how parenthood can be this beautiful thing. You know, my brother has kids, and I see how it's positively impacted his life. It's just nothing that we want.
I saw one of the best moments. Bob, do you know which one I'm going to talk about?
What, Evie?
Yep.
Yeah.
Tell them that. Even thinking about it, I'm getting tears in my eyes because in the truck, I was like, I can't look at Bob. I was like, don't look at him. Like, I'm like thinking of it because how upset she was. Like, just this story was like, when you showed me the video, I was like, oh my, I was like, that's incredible.
Mind you, she has no concept of what is going on stage. Like, literally no idea. But I guess Rachel, my wife.
They were home. You didn't say that.
They were home. They were watching the live stream, and Rachel, my wife, was videotaping them watching it. And what did Evie say? She said
it was like, who won, Andrew Jack? And she was like, nobody's better than my daddy.
Yeah, nobody looks good but daddy. And then she started crying.
Dude, she was dude.
It was prejudging. It wasn't even over yet.
Man, she knew that guy fucked up your peak, and she felt so bad for you.
She did.
She's like, Daddy blew it, fucking guy, Uncle Guy again.
I called her immediately after prejudging and had to give her, like, you know, a little dad talk. It was so freaking cute. It was awesome.
Oh, that's awesome though.
That's really cool. I'll have that video literally forever.
Yeah,
but yeah, she was sobbing. I'm like, you don't even know what you're watching.
I'll take. You could bash me for it, but I know Bob doesn't blame me for it. And if Bob will tell you that I dragged him out of a lot of shit that was going on prior to that show, so
yeah, it's okay.
I don't know how far back we're talking about, but yeah.
We
could go back 6 years if we want.
Let's get specific. Exactly. So, hey, hold on. Did anyone see the update of Good Vito today?
No, he looks killer.
Hold on.
He's 286 pounds in this update. Insane. I'm talking like this kid is going to be an Olympia threat.
I thought I followed him.
You might.
I did.
Yeah, that Good Vito kid's the real deal, and I think he's also pretty fresh to this.
Dude, he's your height, Justin.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's like 5'.
What are you, 5'7"?
I have 5'8". Yeah.
I think he's shorter than you.
Yeah, I think he is a little shorter.
He almost kind of reminds me of like a Justin.
He's in
right shit. There. Is that it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Front That's him sick. At 286, 5'7", 286.
Yeah, go to the
and
next
he's
one.
in shape.
He actually looks photoshopped. He looks that crazy.
He looks photoshopped, yeah.
Yeah, his head looks small. Look at that.
You know what, dude? Bang. Yeah, he does. He's got that Justin
what this is
freaky
right
muscle.
here. Right here is a great example. I think this looks better than when he does a vacuum.
Yeah.
So, but he does the vacuum on stage, and I think
kind of a vacuum at 286.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Look at the back. This kid's nuts.
See, Bobby, see what he's doing. See, what I just do. See what he does. He doesn't do what we were talking about. That's why all of this right here is not flexed.
Yeah.
See how his calf, he's not spiked on his foot.
I agree. And he doesn't step back.
No, did you see the video that I posted, Jose, about explaining that?
Yes.
So, and that's because I was trying to go over to so when a lot of people hear like a back double bicep, right? They hear back double bicep. So they're focused on back double biceps. And a lot of times the emphasis isn't on the legs. And people, one thing that
How
I
do you
tell
spell emphasis?
Emphasis.
Oh, I thought you said emphasis.
Emphasis.
You know, it sounded like rewind it. I think you said emphasis.
I can't just rewind. I said the emphasis.
People at home rewind it, and I guarantee you he added an N.
I didn't say N in emphasis.
You're certain.
Okay.
That's your Jersey tongue betraying you.
What was I saying?
Exactly.
Spiking your calf.
Oh yeah. You have to, when you pose in your head, it should be from the ground up. Like when I was posing, I always thought calves, like feet, calves, quads, hams, glutes, back. Like I would think on the way up, almost like building a tree, like just all the steps to get up. A lot of these guys hit a pose and they half of their physique isn't flexed at all. I see it all the time. And circling back to the posing, I had a client in the show, Jason Joseph, IFBB Pro. He did the Texas Pro with Bobby, and I'm not going to say who, but one of the judges came up to me, and because I asked after the show, I was like, how do you? And they were like, "Did you help him?" And I was like, "Yeah, why?" And they were like, "That was the first time that guy was ever in shape." And they said, "But his posing was horrible." And Bobby, how many times did we drill him? How many times did we correct his posing? You can be Phil Heath on stage. If you're not fucking posing right, it's such a waste of fucking time to do all the training, all the dieting, all the cardio, and to not fucking know how to pose. That's insane. And that's why people get marked down so much, because their posing is so off.
Justin,
see a lot of guys
posing.
I mean, I did have Joey from KJ Center Stage help me a little bit last year, coming into Chicago, and he's good. He definitely helped me tweak a few things. And another thing he's good is just fucking drilling you and keeping you accountable and working you hard. So I think there's some value just in that.
Mm-hmm. You know who doesn't get enough credit? Who's one of the best posers that I've ever seen on stage? Dave, guess.
No, I don't want to.
Just guess.
We don't want to play.
I'm not gonna guess.
Oh,
we don't want to play.
Just tell us.
We don't.
Did you guys have a sidebar conversation? Say don't let guys suck you into these games.
If you do this to everybody, I guarantee you do it to them all the time.
And then you always do that. You always do this. You go.
Yes.
You go. Do you remember what happened the other day with me? Tell them that story. And then you just sit back and listen to someone tell a story about you. Tell them that story about me.
Yeah.
You do that.
Guy? Hurry up. Who is
I'm talking about you fucking loser.
Jose Raymond.
You.
Yes.
How would we have guessed that? Some washed up 212 guy.
Right. Never. You made it sound like it was someone significant.
No, Jose was one of the most fluent, precise, consistent posers I've ever seen. And he used to get praised by Lonnie Teeper and fucking Bob every time he was on stage for being one of the best posers. But you never really had a posing coach, Jose. That's why I brought that up.
Never. No. But I did it for so long. You guys were in diapers when I started. So it was something that was second nature to me. And I practiced a ton.
You had you studied somebody, right? Like you must have looked at somebody for inspiration.
No, you take a little bit from everyone, you know? Yeah. I loved, as hard as it is to say, I loved Sean Ray. I loved even Dorian. I loved, the way people hit the shots. Like Guy explained earlier, when they would hit a shot, you could see everything, a ripple effect from down, calves, hamstrings, glutes, lower back, everything up.
Yeah.
And you would just hit everything perfectly. as you practice. You know, it's not rocket science. You have to. I think the most important thing for people to learn is to get in the right position. You know, don't over squeeze and squeeze as hard as you can, and then doing this. Just get in the right position so it looks aesthetically pleasing, and then squeeze and tighten it.
What you see is guys over posing when they get on stage. They're squeezing harder than they did in practice, and they're gassing themselves out, squeezing like fucking crazy when they just need to be as casual as they were in their posing practice. And I've also seen, and you guys have seen this a million fucking times, you see this on pro and amateur stages where you see they can't keep their quads split. Like your quads need to be fucking split from the hips at all goddamn times. Never fucking relax. And you'll see them flickering in and out. And I'm just like, there's no excuse for it. Stand in front of a mirror, figure out how to split your quads, and then fucking hold it and never goddamn let it go the entire show.
I think that's one of the harder things to master, though.
What?
Holding your quads so they're split from your hips.
No, it's hard to master when you don't do it enough. If you're bodybuilding, okay, and you're getting ready for a show, you should be posing.
I do it when I fucking
every day.
when I take a piss. I'm not kidding. I'll be fucking
every day.
I'll lock my quads when I'm peeing and watch that split when I'm in a contest prep. Like I'm constantly doing that.
And another thing I think that Jose will say too, because I remember me and Jose talking about his amateurs. If you guys are doing cardio, especially the Stairmaster, if you guys are stepping, Jose, finish my sentence.
You got to squeeze the muscle. You flex the muscle.
You have to flex your quad and your glute and your hamstring, and you do that. And then when you're standing on stage, it's like second nature, because what happens is people, they're flexing, and it could be a combination of unpracticed technique and muscles, or it could be you're just forgetting because you're focused on other things in the pose. And that's why people don't pose it. And a lot of times, like with me, if I didn't fully flex my quads, those lines weren't fully separated all the way up through my hip. They would stop, and it looked completely different. So, I mean, it
can look soft. You can fucking lose a show.
Because yes, absolutely, 100%. Mm-hmm. Why do you think we can talk about how important posing is, but it's still something that people will get on stage, and 50% of people that walk on stage, they never practice posing in their entire lives?
Because people are lazy. Yeah. That's every answer you need to hear.
Yeah, it really is.
Just lazy.
Yeah.
It's hard. Posing is hard.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Do you think, and not because of pro cards or the amount they get, do you think it was harder? Do you think this is going to sound so bad. Do you think it was harder to diet and get ready for a show 10 years ago than it is today?
No, I mean, if it was, then more people would be coming in shape today. That didn't make sense.
What do you mean? Like how would you quantify?
I don't. Whether it's right or wrong, I feel like 10 years ago, the guys that dieted for shows were like, I remember, like, what did you say? What did you say to me today, Bob?
I don't fucking remember.
Here's a good example, guy.
No, you said you were like, I'm fucking dead. Like, I'm fucking today. I got nothing in the tank. Like, I feel like 10 years ago, like the conversations, I would talk to like 3 people a day, and I'd be like, dude, I'm so dead. Like, I got no. And then I go to the gym, grind it out, and be fucking dead the rest of the day, and do it all over again the next day. And like, I don't know. I feel like everybody's always in like a better mood. They're more upbeat. They're happy. Like people, and I'm not saying it's a good thing, but the bodybuilders dragging their asses and feeling like on death row. I feel like because of progression of what people found works, doesn't work, what they can do, can they get away with, because of social media being the forefront of everything and getting information. Mm-hmm. I feel like dieting is easier. You have the Ninja Creamy, you have the sugar-free sauces, you add in that. Well, we didn't have a lot of that stuff back then.
Flavor Gang. You get all that stuff.
So that's
what makes it harder. The social media aspect makes it harder because they have requirements. We didn't have to do all these videos and post this, post that back then. But I think people did diet harder back then. I was eating boiled chicken and rice cakes. with literally nothing else. Just boiled chicken and rice cakes, a can of tuna and a rice cake, plain egg whites and grits. That was about it what I ate. So it was a lot easier to get shredded.
Was it because of the Ronnie Coleman? I remember back when Ronnie Coleman put out that DVD when he was eating the 3 packs of grits in the morning and mixing his eggs in it, and he had like, these are the bacon cheddar grits.
Yeah.
Is that why you started eating the grits? Because that's why I did.
No, I ate grits before I saw that video. That was like 03. I started because grits was like the simplest thing. Grits was just like
you also grew up really poor, so
yeah, exactly.
grits
was
easy.
It was like $1.29 for a bucket of it.
Grits and Spam. Remember Spam?
Oh yeah, I ate it often. It was actually good. That was like filet mignon.
I think nowadays there's so much information, right? YouTube or Instagram or wherever, that a lot of these guys can justify or talk themselves into maybe doing something a little easier than doing, fish and egg whites all day. And, and maybe that wasn't what they, like what you guys were doing or what we're doing is a better way to do it, where they could go on whatever YouTube, watch an Andrew Huberman video and be like, well, I can have X, Y, and Z. That's not going to affect my metabolism. Whatever mental masturbation they want to do to try to justify not doing something hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the flexible dieting fad has
like
overall.
That's my point. I feel like there's
hurt the landscape of conditioning and gut health across the stages. Yeah.
Sugar-free everything.
Yeah.
Are you now? I mean, since none of us are doctors, are you guys anti sugar-free stuff? Like every time if I'm around Branch, right, and I grab a fucking Coke Zero, he'll be like, "The fucking fake sugar shit, the fucking fake, just drink regular fucking soda." And I was like, Branch, I'm sorry to disagree, but I highly think regular soda is fucking better for me than a fucking Diet Coke. That's all.
No, I don't need to involuntarily ingest 80 grams of.
I'm like, but there's people that think that fake sugar is horrible. But like, I'm a big fan of. I'm sorry, but I have to. I know people get sick of this, but watch. Just come on, Jose.
Oh, I love her.
Come on,
she's beautiful.
Tell me that's not cute.
Dude, the girl dog is not named Tank.
See my guy just sleeping on the top of the couch.
That's fucking hilarious. Did they chew the couch?
No.
Is that a Frenchie?
Yeah, my Frenchie's just laying on the pillow.
Bobby, show. Hopefully, Samson Dowda will watch this. Do you have Samson by you?
I don't know where he is. He's probably torturing my kids. If I call him in, it's all bets are off. He'll be on the fucking desk.
I wanted to ask, where did Jose go? I had a question I wanted to ask.
I had to turn on my AC.
So, Justin, if you had to take out all the sugar-free sauces and all the added things used for flavor, would dieting be that much more treacherous for you?
I don't really use much of that shit, to be honest. I don't really use any sauces.
Really?
Yeah, as long as I got salt on my food, I'm usually pretty good. A little bit like
sugar-free mustard.
What's that?
Like honey mustard?
I'll use like a sweet and hot mustard. Maybe sugar-free barbecue sauce, but I really don't use it much. Off season, not at all. Sometimes for whatever reason in prep, we just like want flavor, so I'll do a little dash of this. But
Justin,
I don't get much into it.
Who was the first bodybuilder you saw that made you like go, I want to fucking do this? I don't think I've ever asked you that, or Bobby, or Jose. Like,
so to be honest,
bodybuilding had to find you had to find the door cracked somewhere to be like bodybuilding. So
2019 is when I did my first show, and cool. I was in it. I like classic. I was like, I remember Breon was the Mr. Olympia at the time, and I was like, I like Breon's physique. And then I was like, I'm gonna do classic. I diet for my first show ever, and I was 10 pounds above my classic weight cap. I never made it.
Yeah, it was Arnold for me.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I grew up. Terminator 2 is my favorite fucking movie. I watch Arnold movies all the time.
Really?
Yeah. So I was
Predator for me.
Yeah,
Predator.
But like when I was actually getting into bodybuilding, I did like it's funny because I'm just an open guy now. I no offense against classic guys, classic great division, but I could give a fuck at this point. But at the time, I liked Breon.
Well, But so Breon was like the pro that you like. It wasn't like a Kevin Levrone. It wasn't like nothing like that.
No, I mean, like I got into, once I got really into bodybuilding, like I really was more of a Dorian fan over anybody. But at the time, I thought I was a natural guy. I was like 185 pounds, and I was like, I'm going to try competing. And like, I see Breon Ann's like classic. I think that's obtainable. I think I could do that. And then I ran a cycle and I gained like 30 pounds, and then
that was out of the question.
Yeah, it was completely out of the question.
Yeah. Jose, what about you? Was it Tito?
My brother, yeah, my brother was definitely the first physique I admired, where I was like, I want to do that because he was doing it. But obviously, as a kid, I was obsessed with The Incredible Hulk. It was my favorite show. I just didn't know what it meant. I didn't know anything about bodybuilding. Then I saw Arnold. But then when I saw my brother in person and competing and the way he looked, and it was something I'm like, wow, I think I can do that. And obviously, I started training with him at a really young age.
What was the first time you got drug tested for steroids? Was it 5th grade? 7th grade?
No, I was a sophomore in high school.
Oh, I thought you were younger. I thought it was like they pulled you out of math class or something.
Yeah, algebra in my sophomore year.
Really?
Yeah, Mr. Magavro. They
drug tested you for steroids?
The fact that I remember reading that in an MD.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I was in algebra class and the phone rang and they said, Jose, you got to go to the athletic director's office. And I went down there and my head coach was there and he's looking at me like, I'm so sorry, we got to do this. He's like, the AD, it was a woman AD. She made me go to the doctor and get drug tested. Because at 14, I was the same height I am now. I was.
Do you have any pictures of you at 14, Hose?
I have not.
And there has to be some fucking legality issues there. Did they have your parents' consent?
Well, there would be today. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah, back then, bro, they can look at you and just go, you look like this. It was like fucking like Sweden.
Then they hit you.
It was like 1989. I was 5'4", 175 pounds. I was ripped.
Yeah.
And what happened was I had one of my brother's tank tops on and I was in the weight room and I benched 315 and I got up and was like, great veins
14
everywhere.
years old.
Yeah. And the AD was like, to my head coach, we're getting him tested immediately.
Starting defense.
A seat at the table.
Tested positive for trend, D-ball.
Yeah. I didn't even know what anything was at 14. I'm like, what are you talking about? And
that's amazing.
My coach,
were you mad or were you like, did you think it was cool because you were like so big? Yeah.
No, I wasn't flattered. I was like pissed off.
Who are you winking at, Rachel? Hi, Rachel.
I'm like, what does this even mean? It was kind of taking my hard work for granted. Like,
yeah.
You're a little kid.
Hi, Evie. Hi, girlfriend. Look at. Hi, Charlie. Hi.
Nobody looks better than Daddy.
They're running away.
Nobody. Yeah. We told that story.
Guy's creeping us out.
Tell Bobby.
Nobody's stronger than my daddy. That's what she said.
Tell Evie what she said the other night on the phone about cursing to you when we were on the phone.
What about you?
When you curse and she was like, "You're talking to Guy."
Yeah, she's asking me talking to Guy. Yeah.
Because you curse or could I curse? What did she say?
Remember. It doesn't matter. If I cursed, it's your fault. And if she hears a curse, it was you.
Bobby. Yeah. Guy, close your eyes and listen to Bobby talk. Can you hear Evan Centopani in there?
You said that Bobby before.
I said that to you?
Yes. You want to know something? Close your eyes and listen to Sergio, because him and Phil Heath sound exactly alike.
No.
Oh my God. Really? Absolutely.
How do you even
constantly. Sergio sounds exactly like Phil. They sound exactly like. I think so.
Well, because they're both black guys that were raised white. So they talk with like a white
makes sense
twang, It
checks out.
Not racist. Yeah. I don't want to say sound like a fucking racist.
Wait.
But it's true. They're both.
It sounds like racist, but it's true, he says.
Well, no, it's not racist. I'm just stating a fact.
That's it.
Wait, but you know what, Jose or Bobby?
In fact,
you said
when Phil used to try to like talk ghetto, it came off so bad. It was so corny.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's being all hard, and you're like, no, Phil, we know you play the piano. You know, no.
I love Phil. I think Phil's great.
I do too.
But Bobby, Jose is similar to me. Because remember what you said the other day to me? You were like, for some reason, you can get away with saying a lot of other things that people can't get away with. Which I don't know why that is. What were we talking about? Where that came from?
Because you have no filter.
No, but Bobby made a what did you say? Tell me what you said, Bob.
I don't remember because we were talking about maybe something on Instagram that you might have said, and you're like, literally not. You're one of 3 people that could get away with saying that, and it not be a huge deal. I don't remember what it was.
Jose's like that too. Jose can get away with
that.
Well, if it comes
Jose,
from
but why do you
place
think that is? Bobby said I can, and Justin, I told Justin that Bobby said it, and Justin goes, "Yeah, he's right. You do get away with saying a lot of fucking shit."
I don't know. Is it because of the character you've created?
No, it comes from a place of
I'm a character now.
And everyone knows you're not racist, you're not sexist, you're not, you love everyone, you have all kinds of friends. It's just from a place of realness.
It's sincere.
It's authenticity. It's you are who you are.
Yes.
And I think everyone accepts you for who you are. 100%. And everyone knows you're just a fucking brash Jersey guy who says whatever the fuck he wants to say.
And that's why they love him.
Yeah, for sure. It's your shtick. It's what it is. And you're also like that guy that's kind of getting into his old age. So now everybody's kind of giving you a pass because you're kind of losing your mind a little bit. And you're
Justin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dementia's setting in.
The next time we're together, we'll throw down.
Oh, yeah. See, this is more of that violent elderly shit lashing
Dementia.
out. Yeah.
That is the
Jose, you know, first of all, Jose, you're like fucking, what are you, 68 and a half?
I'll be 50 in 3 months.
Yeah, you're old. You're on the, you and Aceto are on the same day, right?
He's the day after me.
We
celebrate together. He's the 30th.
You're the 31st.
I'm the 29th.
Chris is the 31st or 30th?
30th.
Yeah, well, you're fucking older than me, bro. And remember who used to fucking bury you in the gym. Don't
I'm
start
a
getting
lot older than you, Gaetano.
I know. I wish I could have kept competing as long as you, but I couldn't.
No. Imagine that. Your age, I was winning the Arnold.
I know.
How's that? You fucking wuss.
Dude, I listen, I don't know how you did it. Well, I do. You know, when you start gear at a later age, your joints, your muscles, and your longevity is a lot different. That's why I think Justin will keep doing it into his mid-40s.
That's the guy who told me I'm going to be retired in a few years.
I didn't fucking say that, you idiot.
Yeah, you did. You're already on your way out. You told me I was already washed up.
That's
you told me. I wrote it in my fucking diary. I said, "Guys, I said something very mean today."
You're so full of shit. You
and then now we are in public in front of your friends. You're trying to make up for it, but you made me feel really bad about myself the other day.
He does it to me every day, Justin.
Yeah,
Justin, you're gonna keep getting better for 5 more years.
Yeah, I think so for sure. And then I'll fucking hold it.
Your body, Justin, your body actually still looks young when you pose. You don't have an older looking physique like those guys that are in their like late 30s, early 40s normally have like an older look. You still look like you have fresh muscle on your physique.
Yeah, it's all tissue I built in the last 3 years.
Yeah,
which
is impressive. You gained that much tissue in that short span of time.
Yeah, I wish it would keep coming. It just seems to be slowing down.
Yeah, but that's not always not a bad thing.
Yeah.
When you continue to excel, it feels like the drop off is like this. Boom.
Yeah.
Like I went from winning the Arnold to knee surgery to limping and then slowly climbing and then hip surgery. And then fucking the wheels fell off.
You guy, right?
Yeah.
Dude, mine was I had those burns in 2017. And dude, I don't know what happened with that whole thing. And after that, it was that. Then I came back and did an Arnold, but like I wasn't my best, and I got the flu twice during it, and I came back and I got sick, and I didn't sign the contract till like a week out. And then in 2018, I had double shoulder surgery, came back from that, missed my peak a couple times, ended up being in Niagara, and then did the Olympia in 2020, and then tried to compete in 20, and I couldn't battle the injuries, man. When you're if you have a knee problem, a hip problem, I really do believe you can overcome that and still be a bodybuilder. Look at Roman. Roman did it, and it's
crazy.
It's insane. When you have
but he was 29 years old.
Yeah, but it's still 30. It's still old for bodybuilding.
Roman had another hip replacement this year.
He had 2.
Yeah.
When you have shoulder problems and you need like shoulder replacements, like I don't know one guy that came back from a shoulder replacement or horrible shoulder issues. Like I was lucky and blessed, by God that I won a show and was able to compete after I had my shoulder surgery. But I should have been at the 2021 Mr. Olympia. I should have been able to win a couple shows in 2020, but I just didn't hit the peak. But yeah, man, once you start getting those big injuries, like those knee, back, shoulder, hips, it's a short road after you come back from them, because it's not really sustainable for a long period of time, because your body starts just fucking tipping the iceberg at that point.
Part of why I train so meticulously, obviously it works for me and that's how I've trained and it's working, but is the thought of injury prevention. Like I want to be mindful. I don't have the luxury of being a fucking silly goose in the gym and hurting myself.
You're smart. You're smart. You'll continue to progress because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby, you've never sustained really. You had a pec tear years ago, but I've never heard you complain about anything.
No, I just tore my pec training on a hangover when I was 22, and that was it.
That's it.
Training on a hangover.
Is it visible?
Take your shirt off. Show them real quick.
Well, you can see it then.
Can we see your circumcision scar?
Can you see it?
Take your shirt off and do that, Bob.
They over circumcised him, so it's kind of
do it.
Yeah.
Connected, kind of weird.
No, man, I can't see shit.
Bob, you look good.
Get naked.
And just do it.
Makes your front delt stick out more.
You're peeled. What are you worried about?
Give us a crap shot. Jesus
Show
Christ.
us your nipples.
He's fucking peeled. He looks great. He's nuts.
Did any of you guys have gyno surgery?
You see how that one dents?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see it.
Bob, stand up real quick. Hit a shot. Just hit it for like the most muscular. Show him.
Pop your titties.
Yeah, dude. You look great.
Back up a little bit. Back up.
I can't. I'm running out of fucking room.
There you go. Look at it. No, that isn't bad.
Yeah.
No, it really doesn't look that bad.
No, not at all.
The gear's real now, buddy.
Chitty, bang, bang. Chitty, bang, bang.
No, I never had gynos. Luckily I never had any gyno.
Jose,
You're very lucky. I did in 2010.
Yeah.
Dr. Silverman was awesome. Greatest thing I ever did.
I'll even like fucking have sky high estradiol in the off season. Like I just got my blood work done. My fucking estradiol was like 140 or something.
Jose
like that.
had like fuck. You know what? The worst gyno I've ever seen. Evan Santabani.
The worst you've ever seen?
Ever seen.
Really?
He came, dude, he came to visit me in college. We were at billiards getting food, and he went in the bathroom because we were talking about it. He was like, bro, I have it. And I goes, no way. Dude, we were in the fucking bathroom, and he goes, look. And he pulled his shirt up. His gyno was so bad. His nipple was pushed out like it was a baby toe. It was it was huge. It was the worst gyno I've ever seen in my life.
I'll make sure he watches this episode.
What? Oh, Evans.
I've never seen him on stage with gyno, I don't think.
Never.
Evan was, I give Evan a ton of praise because Evan was somebody that was very, he was like a big, me and him was a very monumental in my bodybuilding career because he helped me in a lot of ways, whether it was mindset, training, what to do, what not to do, life lessons. Like Evan was a very good person to be.
I remember when I was first getting into bodybuilding, Evan was doing a lot of the cooking videos that he used to do on his page.
A lot of people still talk about the one with me and him and Palumbo cooking in a hotel room.
Yeah. I remember those. But yeah, I remember him putting out a ton of super informative content.
Evan's a
really
best.
smart. Yeah, he's super smart.
Look at this. I got a fucking Brazilian in my kitchen cooking.
Ooh.
There he is.
Marcelo.
Marcelo.
Yeah, what's up? Why didn't he get a microphone?
he was sleeping or talking Portuguese to someone.
He was too.
In
telling me
he
he
was
telling me he was too afraid to train with me. That's why we never linked up. Watch, he go get all bent out of shape.
He said you were too afraid to train with him, guy. Yes. It took 2 days to fucking answer. Yes. He is Italian too. He has a weird Italian Portuguese twang.
Yeah, I heard he's a good cook though. I heard he's in your kitchen 87 times a day.
He is. He cooks. He's gonna cook again right now, motherfucker.
He cooks all his meals fresh.
Every meal. Like Eduardo does the same thing.
Those
It's a
Brazilians
Brazilian
are
thing.
fucking good.
They don't meal prep. Good. They cook on the spot.
That's crazy. I would never survive.
Yeah. And people gave me shit for wanting to heat up fucking rice.
Yeah.
So listen, I got to pack. I got a busy day tomorrow.
Good.
I got to fly to Boca Raton. I got PJ Braun. Shout out to PJ and Marissa. They're getting married on Friday. So I'm going there. And then I was supposed to be at another gym up north a little bit. What's the name of that gym, Justin, that I was supposed to be at with you?
In Sarasota. Fuck, what's the name of it?
What's the name of it? Is it Iron Asylum?
Iron Asylum. Yeah.
Yeah, Iron Asylum. The owner's great. Those guys are awesome. They came to my grand opening. But they asked me to go because they knew I was going to be there, and I originally was able to. And then Natural Body, which is a big account for Uprising, is doing a huge event in Astoria in Queens, and I have to be there. Holla, holla.
Okay, well, now you can't make me feel bad for not being there.
Well, no, I gave him a heads up. I'm like, listen, I might not be able to get out of this because it was last minute. So I'm literally flying out Thursday and then flying back Saturday morning from the airport, going to the event. Then I'm home for a week, and then I fly out on the 29th to Turkey because I'm getting the rest of the hair done.
Get your hair did.
Get your hair did.
Yeah.
Diddy. Showing Diddy.
Should I do it? Will it work? Yeah, how many times will it take?
How high is your hemoglobin, or are you just burnt?
My who, my what?
How high is your hemoglobin, or are you just burnt?
No. Listen, recently I discovered I have a blood disorder that I've had my whole life that I didn't know. It's called thalassemia.
Way to go, guy.
I'm red all the time.
I don't give a fuck. Oh, so just all of a sudden now red all the time.
I just thought it was because you were always drunk.
That too.
I mean, I know you're always buzzed, but
it's mostly
you got that nice drinker's shine to you.
Yeah. No, during the day,
red glow.
Work,
how many dirty martinis are you deep?
I don't know. On a work night? No.
On a work night. You sound like a child.
Please, I only drink beer on a work night. Come on.
Exactly. I gotta work in the morning.
We should one episode after Bobby's done with the show. We should all get like a 6-pack and do a podcast, and we don't end it until all our beers are done.
I'm coming over.
I'll drink some red wine.
That's a 10-minute podcast. What are you talking about?
For you.
We'll do shots.
You get a case. How's that? You get a case.
We'll do shots. And every time Guy tells us to tell a story about him, he has to take a shot. He'll be sloshed in 20 minutes.
I try not to talk, so when I explain something, I'd rather you guys explain.
Yeah, you do it. You talk about me. I'm sick of talking about me. You talk about me.
You know what, Justin? I don't have to have you on anymore. How's that?
Yeah, that's okay.
Sick of talking about myself. What do you think of me?
Yeah. Yeah. No. Tell him that awesome story about me.
But guess which one?
Do I really do it that often?
All the time.
I didn't bring this podcast together to get made fun of. Just so you guys know.
I thought that was the point of this.
In your defense, there's a lot of good guy stories. So
I don't want to hear it, Justin.
I have so many good guy stories, and we could just do that.
Can you guys shut up?
I miss Nick Walker being high out of his tits on this podcast.
Just not saying anything.
Blasted at that one episode. Remember that episode we did in person?
Yeah.
Were you here, Justin, for that or no? No, you weren't.
No.
No, you weren't. No, you were here for something though. Yes, you were.
Oh, what, the one in Jersey?
Yeah.
Yeah, where he smoked the pen and then didn't say anything for 2 hours.
Yes, you were here for that.
Yeah.
Yes. Dude, he hit the pen in front of the whole audience, and 5 minutes, and then he coughed. He was like, as soon as he coughed, I was
he's not a smoker. And then he just got like glazed.
And then he just sat there and he was like this.
That's a nightmare.
Great.
Remember he said something that didn't make sense.
As
We
if
called
doing
him
a
out on
live
it.
as if doing a live podcast in like a fucking high school auditorium wasn't awkward enough.
Get
Yeah, to
high
get-
as hell.
Get high as hell first. Yeah.
Jose, are you going to Reno?
No, but Marcelo is.
I know.
He's competing.
That's why I was hoping you were going.
Hell
So
yeah.
is that what you're doing, Bobby?
Yeah.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah,
So
no,
we'll-
I'm going to the Olympia, and I can't afford to travel
I
2 weeks
get
in
it.
a row.
I get it. I
So
know.
Well, maybe at
Marcelo's
the
on his
Olympia,
own.
if you guys want, Justin will be there. I'll be there. Bobby might be. Bobby, you probably will be there, right?
Probably.
Maybe we can get a live one done, and we could do it all together. We'll try to plan that up.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
But until next time, we're going to try to keep this going. Once a week. If you guys like it, let us know what you think. We might have some new guests on as we go, but I like this group of 4. Justin's a little flaky, so there's definitely going to be me, Jose, and Bobby constantly, but trying to convince Justin and blackmail him to where he's on every week. So there's no hooting and hollering. So let us know what you think. This is a new little series we're doing. We're going to see how you guys like it. We're going to have more people on. It's going to be a 4 or 5 man podcast most of the time. So let us know in the comments what you think. And until next time, this is The Mouth with the Mutants. So appreciate you guys for following along. We will catch you next week for another episode. And Bobby will be 1 week out or a couple days out from the Legion Sports Fest. So keep an eye out for Bobby Guns, aka Robert Cartalemi, coming into the Legion Sport Fest. And for myself, Jose, the Boston Mass, Raymond, and Justin, still waiting on the nickname Shire. We will see you guys next time. Assalamu alaikum.
Peace.
Motherfucker.